report from western Wisconsin as the President of the United States makes his first visit to the state since ending his re-election bid. Also, multiple officers are injured in a shootout with a suspect on the streets of Milwaukee. We'll tell you what we know about the incident at this hour.
And after a year of protests over the Israel-Hamas conflict, UW is changing its guidelines along with many other colleges when it comes to campus demonstrations. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Well, for the first time since he ended his re-election bid, President Joe Biden has returned to Wisconsin soil.
The president touched down in La Crosse before traveling some 40 minutes southeast to Westby, touring his Investing in America agenda. News 3 Now political reporter Will Keneally was there and joins us now live with more on the president's message today. Hi, Will.
Yep, that's right. So President Biden spoke here outside Viroqua just about a little more than an hour ago. Now he's announced an investment into rural America, specifically targeting rural electric co-ops. Now he says that money will help them expand the investment into green energy, and he says the impacts could be significant. Take a listen.
That is the equivalent of removing pollution from more than 10 million gas-powered vehicles. 10 million. It's going to save $265 billion in healthcare costs because of better, cleaner quality of air. People aren't breathing polluted air and getting sick. That comes from the NIH.
Now here in Wisconsin, a local energy co-op received more than $500 million, and they say that they will put that towards buying up green energy. Now that will increase the demand for that green energy and help those producers locally support their production.
All right, Will Keneally reporting live tonight from Westby. Will, thank you. Now, meanwhile, President Biden's son, Hunter, is trying to accept a guilty verdict in his California tax evasion case. According to his lawyer, Hunter Biden's lawyer said he is submitting what is known as an Alford plea, meaning he would accept a guilty verdict while maintaining his innocence. The judge now considers whether or not to accept that plea. The president's son is charged with failing to pay nearly $1.5 million in federal taxes while living, quote, an extravagant lifestyle. According to court documents, Hunter Biden also falsely characterized $5 million worth of luxury purchases as business expenses.
And to continuing coverage of former President Donald Trump's alleged crimes, there is no date set for the trial in his federal election interference case. In a hearing today, the judge said it's, quote, futile to set a trial date since the issue of presidential immunity will likely play out in the courts. This was the first hearing since special counsel Jack Smith revised his indictment in response to the Supreme Court's ruling giving presidents broad immunity. Let's get a look at the first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington
is live tonight from Spring Green. Alex?
Hey there, Eric. Hey there, Maddie. Hey there, Southern Wisconsin. Yes, live from Spring Green, Wisconsin. Local night, which has been going on for a few years here in Spring Green, starts up tonight at 5:30. So seats are just starting to get packed. They're expecting upwards of a couple hundred folks here because there's a unique act tonight. It's going to be featuring Spring Green's youth. Coming up a little bit later in Maine Weather, we're going to be talking to some of the sponsors of Local Night to tell us the history of how Local Night came to be and how it's a stronghold here in the community of Spring Green. Let's take a look at the weather in Spring Green right now. We can do that at street level right on 23 and 14. Spring Green, high and dry. We don't see any greens on the map on radar 3000 right now. As we zoom on out across the rest of southern Wisconsin, not seeing many greens across the area. Maybe just an isolated shower to the east and northeast of Janesville over towards Milwaukee. That's where that cold front that has been slowly moving through southern Wisconsin continues to press off towards the south and towards the east. Here in Spring Green, that cooler air is coming in. It's rather refreshing out here. It's going to be a nice night for a Local Night here that starts again here in about 30 minutes or so. Future track not showing much in the way of additional activity this evening. Maybe a passing shower overnight tonight, but many places are going to stay dry across the area. Those temperatures tonight as we track overnight lows will be in the lower to middle 50s right here in Spring Green. A little bit of fog, but that's not uncommon here in the Wisconsin. For Madison, starting off at 55 in Janesville Friday morning. We're going to warm on up. All we're going to do is 66 degrees for a high temperature Friday. As we go a little bit into Friday evening, going on into Saturday morning, get this, southern Wisconsin, starting off 40 in Lone Rock. 40 degrees, maybe even upper 30s to the north in Juneau and Adams counties. I do want to emphasize we are not expecting frost at this point, but that's awfully chilly for this time of year. Coming up in Maine weather, I'll let you know when we move out of this brief, crisp fall-like pattern and how warm those temperatures are going to get over the course of the next 10 days. If there's any rain, and of course we're going to talk to some of the sponsors here at Local Night. Reporting in Spring Green, and we'll be back in just a little bit, Alex Harrington.
Alex, thank you. In Milwaukee, 3 police officers have been shot. It all happened earlier today near the Timmerman Airport. That's on the city's northwest side. Officers exchanged gunfire with the suspect, who is wanted for felony possession of a firearm, domestic violence-related false imprisonment, and sexual assault. After the exchange, the suspect surrendered 2 firearms and was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 3 officers were injured, but all are expected to recover.
The 23-year-old suspect in the shooting death of UW-Whitewater gymnast Kara Welsh is expected to formally be charged during a court date tomorrow. Chad Richards was in court on Tuesday, where a judge set a $1 million bond. Police believe he shot the 21-year-old last Friday at an apartment near campus. They say Richards and Welsh knew each other. Again, Richards will be back in a courtroom tomorrow afternoon. A
disturbance at Henry Villas Zoo resulted in the arrest of a 26-year-old woman for disorderly conduct. It all happened a little before 5 last night. A woman climbed a visitor wall barrier and tried to get into a donkey exhibit. After touching one of the animals through a fence, staff asked her to leave, which resulted in the trespasser battering staff members and running around the zoo. The woman was eventually arrested for disorderly conduct and cited for trespassing. She's also banned from the zoo.
In Madison, police are asking for your help finding a missing man. Take a look at your screen here. This is Eric Bull. MPD says he left his home on the east side back on August 24th and hasn't been seen or heard from since. He left on his e-bike, which is pictured here. Now, if you know where Eric might be, you're asked to contact the Dane County Communications non-emergency line. The number there on your screen, 608-255-2345. UW-Madison is joining colleges across the nation in updating protest guidelines for students. The changes impact where and how loud protesters can be on campus.
Our Ellie LaLiberte spoke with protesters about their feelings on the new rules. Ellie?
Yeah, there's a difference in opinion on what these changes will do. The university says the newly named expressive activity policy is meant to ensure that education is not disrupted, but some protesters say it's an effort to suppress them.
I think it's the responsibility of all students and all people, really, to stand up for what they believe is right.
Dalia Saba is a graduate student at the University of Wisconsin in Madison and has been an avid activist for the pro-Palestine movement on campus. Now, new guidelines could change what her activism looks like. The university says these changes will ensure education is not disrupted. Here's what it looks like. Protesters cannot demonstrate within 25 feet of university building entrances. They cannot use bullhorns during finals week. And they cannot block graduation photo locations like the Abraham Lincoln statue on top of Bascom Hill. University officials shared in a statement that, quote, UW-Madison is committed to protecting and promoting free expression with reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions in place to ensure the university can continue to fulfill its responsibilities to teaching, research, and service.
But by putting so much time and effort into this, they're actually telling us very clearly where they stand. They stand with the status quo.
Joel Bolivian has also been involved with campus protests.
I mean, in the policy, it says that it wants things to be unhindered, wants to make sure that campus is unhindered. And I really think that's a coded way of saying that they don't want any change.
In a press release, Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin says, quote, my hope is that as a Badger community, we approach our differences with an open mind and a willingness to listen, respect for one another, and generosity of spirit. But Saba is watching to see what these changes will mean.
I think we have yet to see on how that will play out. We're looking to see, like, is the university going to use these rules to target specific group speech?
Now, the new policy is also raising concerns related to the First Amendment. The ACLU of Wisconsin saying in a statement to News 3 Now that the 25-foot restriction in front of university building entrances is vague and could infringe on the First Amendment. However, UW-Madison officials do tell me that this policy complies with both the Constitution and the university obligations.
Ellie, thank you. Wisconsin is one of 6 states selected for biomonitoring programs to receive a portion of $5 billion a year in funding. The program runs from now through the year 2027. It'll help in measuring environmental chemicals in people's bodies and provide critical data on the amount of chemicals entering the human body from environmental sources. Rebecca Hunt, a health scientist at the CDC, says this program helps people take back control of what they're exposed to regularly.
These are things that you maybe did not know were you're being exposed to or choose to be exposed to. So we are excited to get to give them a little bit of knowledge and take back a little bit of that control to cut down on their exposures.
Hunt says an example of the program working is when they detected high levels of arsenic in rice in a particular area in the state of Minnesota. They then educated the people in that area about what they could do. And Hunt says that kind of research could lead to advisories with the FDA and investigations through the USDA.
Well, hiring cooled significantly in the U.S. private sector last month. Today, payroll processor ADP reported businesses added 99,000 jobs in August. The monthly estimate came in well below economists' expectations of 141,000 jobs. ADP's tabulations don't always correlate with the official federal jobs report, but they can be a useful tool to check for overall hiring activity. Friday's report for August could prove consequential in determining the health of not just employment, but the economy as a whole.
When we come back, more details of the horrific school shooting in Georgia that claimed 4 lives.
And what Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes is asking the Madison School Board for in response.
And again, mixed numbers on Wall Street. This time, the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling more than 219 points. The NASDAQ adds 43. S&P 500 loses almost 17. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, brought to you by Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning.
I can honestly say that Cardinal has never let me down.
I definitely recommend Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning because of the professionalism.
Cardinal will always be my first call for anything that Cardinal does.
I think we're going to continue to use Cardinal for a long time.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Shop the largest selection of in-stock garage doors or design your own using our free garage door design program. This 9x7 garage door is just $399.99 after rebate. Check out our huge selection of over 100 electronic lock sets in stock. This 2-bolt electronic deadbolt locks with a simple touch and allows for up to 50 programmable user codes. Get one today for $69.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
I know I've messed up in the past, but I want to say this to the family. From now on, there will be $0
delivery fee.
What?
With Dash Pass, you pay $0 delivery fee on DoorDash.
Is that what you were going to say?
No,
Guess how much I paid on delivery fee for this dinner and wine?
0. A toast to 0.
0!
Dash Pass, your door to $0 delivery fees. DoorDash.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale has been extended. There's still time to get amazing deals on closeouts and bonus buys, like this sofa now $2.99, a Beauty Rest Queen mattress $3.99, this dining table just $4.99, or a queen bed for $10.49. Plus, make your new room even more affordable with Steinhaffel's 36-month financing. This is your last chance for Labor Day deals at Steinhaffel's. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Caregivers are the heart of our communities. Start your caregiving career with free training, certification, and a $500 bonus. It's never been easier to become a certified direct care professional. WISC Caregiver Careers is a free program to train and reward caring individuals who wish to pursue careers in healthcare. Certified direct care professionals help older adults or people who have a disability. Sign up for training no matter your age or work experience. Free online training and a $500 bonus. Learn more at WISCCaregiversCDCP.com.
Coming up, 2 women, 2 experiences with abortion, and now 2 different perspectives. Hear their stories and see how this divisive issue continues to shape politics. Then meet a visually impaired athlete competing in the Ironman events this weekend. That story tonight on News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now is focusing on the issues and the races that matter where you live, with 3 for the people.
Talking with local candidates, looking at both sides of the issues, and fact-checking it all, so you can cast your vote with confidence.
3 for the people, only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The 14-year-old student who killed 2 fellow students and 2 teachers, as well as injured 9, has been charged with felony murder as an adult. It was a somber scene on the Appalachia High School campus as dozens lay flowers for memorials to those who lost their lives. The suspect in the shooting was confronted by school resource officers and surrendered. Police say he used an AR-15 style rifle. A chaplain who is helping law enforcement had this to say.
Talk to your children. Be engaged in your children's life. One conversation can change a whole lot. One conversation can cost a whole lot.
During an interview with the FBI, his father told investigators he and his son moved to a new home following a divorce and eviction. He added that his son was having troubles at the previous middle school and doing better at his new school. The suspect's first court appearance is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes released this statement in response to the shooting. It reads in part, quote, "I respectfully urge the Madison School Board to seriously consider the reinstatement of school resource officers as part of a comprehensive approach to school safety and as a support for the dedicated employees of MMSD."
The Wisconsin DNR is urging ATV and UTV drivers to ride safely. 26 people now have died in fatal accidents this year, ranging in age from 4 to 79 years old. 5 of those fatalities took place in just the last 2 weeks. At least 18 of the victims this past year were not wearing a helmet, and over half weren't using any sort of seatbelt. More conservation wardens and local law enforcement will be on the trails and routes this weekend for the Think Smart Before You Start campaign.
You know, we want everyone to return home with these terrific outdoor adventure stories and rides. Please help us spread the Think Smart Before You Start message. Again, helmets, seatbelts, sober operation, observing stop signs, speed limits, and passenger occupancy. All these actions are easy to do.
DNR says that one of the best things operators can do is to take an online safety course that's available on the DNR website.
Dane County Executive Jamie Kuhn says that Dane County has maintained its AAA bond rating. The rating comes from Standards & Poor's Global Ratings. A new report shows that the county economy maintained a strong reserve and ensures this rating crucial ahead of the fall budget. S&P Global Ratings is one of the nation's premier credit rating agencies, and a AAA rating is granted to the highest quality, lowest risk bonds.
Let's get a look now at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us live from Local Night in Spring Green. Alex?
Eric, Southern Wisconsin, Local Night starts here in Spring Green, Wisconsin. In just about 15 minutes, tonight's going to feature youth bands. To tell us a little bit, though, more about how Local Night got started, I've got Mark Diedrich and his significant other, Wynn. Mark, tell us, how did Local Night get started?
It started back in 2006. A generous gift from the Rapps that owned the property. They built this to what it is now, and then we wanted to have local food, local beer, and local entertainment. So that's how it got started.
And it's connected to the shed. Tell us a bit about the shed.
The shed's been going for over 50 years, and we just sold it, but we had it for 20 years.
And new owners are going to be taking over.
Yep, they'll be opening up soon. They've been doing some remodeling, so we're excited for that.
Fantastic. It's great to have the shed's connection here to the patio, but a little bit about the story here in Spring Green, how the patio came to be. I have Eric and Irene Rapp. Eric, tell us what was here before the patio.
Previously, the post house occupied the place here. Unfortunately, in 2004, it burned down. It was a very popular restaurant that serviced the whole community. We ended up buying the property subsequently and looking for a way to contribute to the community because it was just a messy lot downtown here. And after we contacted this other couple, we all joined together in building the lot, putting the chairs in it, whatever, but that was like.
And I understand that there were a lot of folks that were interested in the lot, but then it ended up becoming this beautiful garden here for Local Night.
And Mark and Wynn were the essential parts of that, and Mark's father was one of the early entertainers, and he really, with what he did, he put us on the map.
Well, it's very wonderful for you sharing the story, sharing the contribution here to this wonderful community here in Spring Green. So if you are close to Spring Green, or even if you're not, the show goes until 7:30 tonight. Come on down on Highway 14 downtown on Jefferson Street. for Local Night. Thanks so much, Mark, Wynn, and the Wrap family.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now I'm going to do the weather part. How about that? I'm going to go over here and do weather live from, this is my home community, too, here. I grew up in a school. Coming up at 6, I'm going to tell a little bit more about my local connection to Local Night here in Spring Green. It has a lot to do with my weather story. How about weather here in Spring Green? Radar 3000 not showing anything on the map right now. No green, meaning there's no rain in Spring Green right now, right on our street level on Highway 23 and Highway 14. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, future track showing that cold front continuing to press off towards the south and towards the east out of southern Wisconsin by later in the evening. An outside chance of a sprinkle or a shower tonight, but many places are going to stay dry. Temperatures have been cooling off behind this cold front. It's very comfortable out here. We got a nice breeze coming out of the northwest, which means that breeze is heading towards the southeast, towards the Madison area. And what we can expect tomorrow morning, Friday, waking up to temperatures in the lower to middle 50s, so not terribly cool. A little bit of fog to start off, especially here in the Wisconsin River Valley, in those low-lying areas. But the cool air will continue to fill in as we go on into Friday. High temperatures only making up to 66 degrees. That's almost 15 degrees shy of normal, 10 to 15 degrees shy of normal. So a much cooler feeling day. And tomorrow night, look at this, get this. Those temperatures getting down as cool as the low to mid 40s. There could be some areas north of Madison, Juneau, Adams, Marquette, and Green Lake counties in the upper 30s. But it's a short-lived cool break here across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures go all the way up to 86 degrees by the end of the 10-day period, and not expecting any rainfall out of our forecast here over the course of the next 10 days. So a cool pattern for southern Wisconsin for just 2 days, and then the warm temperatures return, and warm indeed, almost summer-like readings. Real quick here, let's take a look at our traffic on the Beltline across Dane County. Looks like we have an incident westbound on 12, but the speed is going pretty decent at 60 miles per hour on the Beltline. Zooming off towards the south and towards the east, going at a good clip at around 70 miles per hour near Janesville and up near the Dells, 70 miles per hour. And if, well, you want to take a ride out to Spring Green, again, Local Night, starting here in approximately 10 minutes, live in Spring Green, Wisconsin. Alex, back to you folks in the studio.
Alex, thank you. Student athletes can't beat the heat without proper hydration. Coming up after the break, one high school football team shows how their hydration parties keep them safe and energized. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride, but I already paid.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-866-895-3521.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
They've been rocking audiences for decades. It's Foghat. Performing live November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
I just want to make
With special guest, the Empty Pockets. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Legendary rock band Foghat. Live in concert November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? Oh, I love this song so much. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Tomorrow's jobs report could determine whether the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates. The Fed has signaled that it will cut rates after this month. The jobs number tomorrow will likely indicate how large that cut will be. Some economists say U.S. employers added 160,000 jobs in August and that unemployment dropped. If the Fed cut rates, it'll be the first cut in 2.5 years.
Well, the heat is still on this week in Northern California especially, and because of that, one school district there is limiting outdoor activities and in some cases banning it altogether.
Ashley Stevens shows us how a high school football team is managing the heat.
What do we call it? Hydration party.
Every Friday before a football game, players come into head coach Matt Carroll's classroom.
They come in, they have a small bottle of water, they have to drink it in front of me. They do it as a team. Really, we're just emphasizing that hydration is important.
Through summer and early fall, Carroll keeps an eye on his student athletes by checking their skin color and making sure they are sweating throughout the day. After practice is over, they have to check into the training room.
It's their job that night to come in and make up that water weight. So they have to hydrate throughout the day. And so if they're 2 pounds short the next day, they don't get to practice.
Carroll's student athletes took a class covering heat stroke, learning the signs and what to do if a teammate goes down. There's only been one accident 2 athletes were witness to.
He just overheated. It was a really hot game. It was super humid, so.
The hydration party holds students accountable.
Coach Carroll really makes sure that he makes sure everybody's hydrated and stuff like that. Like on game days especially, we all come in and we got to drink water in front of Coach Carroll and stuff like that. So, yeah. We're pretty on top of drinking water.
When temperatures hit the 90s, students find relief in air-conditioned classrooms.
I'll go through a whole, maybe like something like this kind of size. Just in the, by the time I'm halfway through the school day.
The school district has guidelines to restrict outdoor activities like recess, PE, and practice, depending on temperature and air quality.
We want to protect our students that are especially susceptible to heat illness. We're taking precautions not only daily at our school sites, but this Friday night we have a home football game, which they have pushed the times back so that we might avoid some of the heat of the day.
The district heat guidelines are called real-time outdoor activity risk, or ROAR. The restrictions, which have 5 levels, it depends on temperature ranges, don't start to go into effect until temperatures hit the 80s.
Well, we're back with a final check of your first warm forecast after a short break.
It's the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit, just $299.99. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
I was in a highway work zone. 1 lane open. Car came by not paying any attention and hits me with its mirror. We're always within a couple feet. People don't understand that when they're driving down the road. If a car veers inside those barrels, somebody's gonna get hit. You don't know what it's like walking that line. Cars so close.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Higher. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of carpet. Lutex Mills provides soft and luxurious carpet that's backed with unrivaled stain resistance and lasting durability. Trail Ridge carpet is now $139 per square foot after rebate. Create fresher, cleaner air with Damp Rid products. Control the humidity to inhibit mold and mildew in your space with a hanging bag moisture absorber. A 3-pack is only $8.89 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
It's the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit, just $299.99. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, there are new developments about that deadly mass shooting at a Georgia high school that killed 2 students and 2 teachers. What we're learning about the warning signs leading up to it, including what the FBI said were past online threats possibly made by the 14-year-old suspect. We've got that and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, if you ever wanted to dress up like a burrito for Halloween, Eric always has, this may be your chance. Chipotle is already getting into the Halloween spirit. The fast casual chain is teaming up with Spirit Halloween to offer a burrito-themed costume collection. The collection is made up of bodysuits that are meant to resemble a Chipotle napkin, fork, water cup, burrito, and to-go bag.
I've eaten too many burritos to fit into one of those things. The costumes will go on sale starting September 6th and retail for just under $40 in the U.S. and Canada. Also, be on the lookout for a possible Halloween food deal. All right, we're going back out to Alex. Local night in Spring Green and a final look at the forecast.
Eric, Southern Wisconsin local night is going to start here in about 2 minutes, so it's going to get very loud. Featuring here in Spring Green, Wisconsin, there are local youth bands. So if you want to come over to Spring Green, Wisconsin, come on down. Local night lasts until 7:30 p.m. Forecast for tonight, beautiful evening tonight. It will get on the cool side, though, by the time we get into tomorrow and going into Saturday. Fall-like temperatures, and then we're going to turn dry. How cool are we going to be this weekend? Well, let's take a look at our forecast for Saturday and Sunday. 64, but it's a short-lived cool stretch after we warm up just a little bit on Sunday. Those temperatures are going to climb back up into the 80s. Join us at 6. More from Local Live here in Spring Green.
Thank you so much for coming out
CBS
to
Evening
Local
News is
Night.
next. Stay tuned.